Hey, it's Casey, and thank you for watching. This week, I wanted to focus on a video that I feel a lot could benefit from. And this one is how to do yoga while sitting in a chair. So there's a lot of times in our day-to-day life where we may find ourselves spending lots of time sitting down. Maybe you're working behind a desk, or you do a lot of traveling, flying, whatever it may be, or maybe just sitting on a couch. If you spend a lot of time in a seated position, you may over time start to experience a lot of tension, especially through the lower back, through the shoulders, and through the neck. And I feel that these are very common areas. Aside from the legs not really getting much opening, you may feel a lot of shifting from side to side as you're sitting, and just overall discomfort in the body. So I thought that I would create a video that you can do in a seated position, and I would recommend doing these just quickly, maybe once every hour if you feel that you're spending extended amount of time in a seated position, and they're not strenuous poses. But in my personal opinion, I feel that posture is extremely important for supporting the spine, supporting the entire body, and being able to feel good in your body rather than compromising your body and kind of becoming sluggish or kind of sinking into areas and creating discomfort over time. So this video is going to cover some few very basic things that you can do in your chair at any time, really quick, and you will start to, over time, feel a lot better physically. So in yoga, we often go through what's called counter poses. So let's say we do a lot of forward folds. Well, in turn, you're going to do more heart opening so that you are creating more of a neutral spine position rather than just moving in one direction. So if you're seated all day, chances are you may kind of have this hunch, your shoulders are rounded over, your lower back, everything's compromised. Maybe even do this hunching where you scoot the hips forward and you kind of sit like this for extended, really bad for the lower back. What you really want to be able to do is have a nice supported spine. If you don't feel comfortable sitting all the way back into your chair to sit upright, feel free to bring padding or a pillow or something so you can support your spine rather than dumping into it. So basic poses here. I'm going to start with neck rolls because I feel that these are super important, especially with this hunching forward. You may feel a lot of tension in through the neck area. So for this one, you can just drop the chin to your chest, but keep the rest of the spine lifted. Okay, so you can even feel a lift through the back of the cervical spine. And you're just going to roll your head to one side. Okay, and then when you roll, you can take your opposite hand and reach down towards the floor. You don't have to reach very far. You just kind of want to add some elongation through the side of the neck. Okay, then set the hand to the lap, roll the chin to the chest, and then over to the other side. And take the fingertips, extend them out. So notice it's an extension all the way from my fingertips all the way up to my neck. And then dropping it down. And you can just roll side to side. So a lot of times we create these full head circles. And in my opinion, taking that backward motion can create a lot of pinching and compression into the neck. So I wouldn't suggest taking that. If you want to open up into that direction, I would take it on its own by maybe dropping the chin to the chest. And then as you lift the head to neutral, lengthen through the chin and the throat. And notice that my ears stay over my shoulders. When you do the rolls, you tend to roll back to a point where your ears go past the shoulders, and you're now creating a kinking effect in through the neck, rather than a lengthening effect through the chin and the throat. So kinking and lengthening, and you always want to find length. Okay, so if you want to open up that part, opening up more into the throat, just feel lengthening through the chin and throat rather than cranking the head back. Okay, your neck will thank you over time for that one. Okay. So sitting upright, I feel it's important to work especially through the shoulders, the side body, the spine, the chest, lots of opening there. So I'm going to start with the side body. Inhale, arms up, and just drop a hand down to the side of your chair, wherever you're seated, and just extend the opposite arm over Now you want to feel elongation here. You don't have to bend super far to feel it, but you want to feel lengthening all the way from the hip out to the fingertips. Don't worry about bending the elbow, just feel extension. Even if you're here, that's okay, you'll feel that opening. Then lifting up, dropping the opposite hand, extending. Just reach, create a line of energy so you can feel all that stretch down the entire side. Coming back up, this time reach both arms up. And you're going to clasp the hands and try to flip the palms up. If they don't flip up, that's okay. You can keep them drawn up here, but try to flip the palms up and reach. Now as you reach, lift the spine tall and draw the arms back behind you just as much as you can. It doesn't have to look exactly like this. If you're feeling it, you're feeling it. And just hold here and breathe, and if you want to do some side-to-side motions, that feels good too. So you're just opening up the side body. And it's important to open up the side body too, so that you can open up the entire spine. Okay, so come to center, release the arms. You're never just going to open the front side or the back side. You need full range of motion to be able to find the fullest expression of movement. So think of your body as one whole piece rather than little sections, and that helps a lot with opening yourself up. So from here, have you take your hands to your knees, and you're just going to pull the ribs forward, lift your chest and create an arc. Imagine there's a string attached to your chest, and you're lifting it up as high as you can. And once again, your body's shape doesn't have to look exactly like mine or anyone else's. Just take it to your fullest expression. So as you lift through the chest, on your exhale, take the reverse motion. So start to round. Tuck the chin to the chest, curl your spine. And then inhaling, opening. Exhaling. These ones feel really good for finding neutral spine, lifting. And just do this as many rounds as you'd like. You may hear some popping here, and you may hear it in your own bodies. Okay, and then when you're done with those rounds, I'm going to work a little bit more through the shoulders. So you can interlace the fingertips behind your back, okay? And maybe all you're going to do here is just kind of pull down so the shoulders come down the back. And if that's enough, stay there. If you want, you can kind of start to hinge your body forward slightly and maybe lift the arms up a little bit. Doesn't matter how high they lift, but if you notice that they lift high enough that you can kind of slide and use the top of your chair, you can stay right here, or you can slowly work on lifting the chest. Okay, but once again, find your edges. Don't try to push it just because you want to look a certain way. It's not about how the pose looks, it's about how it feels in the body. So just find your fullest expression. Hold here, breathe. Breathing is important. Find a full breath so you can allow your body to really open up and find new space. So when you're done, if you brought the hands to the top, lean forward, slowly come forward to release, and come back up. And release your hands and roll your shoulders. This, in my opinion, is one of the biggest things that you can do throughout the day. Do it every 30 minutes to an hour. Just roll your shoulders back, up and back. And this helps with the posture as it is. Okay, it kind of reminds you, pull the shoulders back, lift the spine. Notice that the posture stays in a nice straight line. Okay, you're rolling them back rather than having them roll forward and rounding, up and back. So it's just a nice little reminder. Then we're going to move into some twists. Okay, so you're going to reach your arms up. You're going to twist to the right side first. So you're going to take your left hand to the outer right knee, and your right hand just comes to grab a hold of the back of your chair. What's important is on your inhale that you lift the spine tall. You're never twisting with a rounded spine. So inhale, lift the spine. Exhale, you're just going to twist. And as you twist, think belly, think ribs, think chest. So inhaling, lifting, exhaling, twisting. You're just going to take a few breaths like that. When you're done, slowly release, come to center, reach the arms up, inhale, and exhale to the left. Right hand to the left leg, left hand to the chair, lift with the inhale, and twist. Couple more breaths, tall spine, belly, ribs, chest. Last one. And slowly come back to center, reach the arms up, and hands connect. Okay, so we're going to work a little bit into the hips and hamstrings And then that'll be it. And you don't have to pick all of these, but pick the ones that you like and you feel work best for you. So from here, you're just going to lift a leg, and you're going to try to cross an ankle over. And if it doesn't fully open, that's okay. You have a couple options. You can either sit your hips up higher by propping maybe a pillow or whatever you have at the office or wherever you're at, and you can prop the hips up higher. Or you can just take it where you're at. If you're right here, stay right there, okay? Slowly work on being able to open up. Even if the knee's pointing up a little bit, that's okay. Over time, it'll slowly start to relax, okay? So you're just gonna sit up, and maybe right here, you're feeling enough, okay? If you wanna take it deeper, feel free to just start hinging forward. You can keep the hands at the legs. Maybe you walk them down the opposite leg. Maybe the hands reach towards the floor, and you just kind of hold here and breathe. You don't have to come this far. If it feels good, take it here. If not, stay where it feels good, okay? You're just breathing. This one feels really good for the outer hip and through the glute. A lot of deep opening. So hold it and breathe as long as you have. When you're ready, come back out. Undo the legs and switch to the other side. Same thing, long spine. Take it as far as your body invites you to go. Breathe into it. Always keeping that balance, trying to stay for the same amount of time that you stayed on the first side. And slowly working your way back up. Uncross, and you can just rock the knees. Okay. Then I'm going to give you some hamstrings. So you don't have to sit at the very edge of your seat, otherwise you're going to start to feel the back of your chair, maybe start lifting up. But kind of find that the top of your chair, you're just going to extend the legs out. They don't have to be perfectly straight to feel this one, okay? It's more of like a passive release. But you're going to lift the spine, you're just going to walk the hands down the legs. The knees do not have to be locked, okay? If anything, keep them soft. Protect your knees, protect the joints. You're just going to walk the hands down the legs. You're just going to round yourself over into a forward fold. And maybe you're up here, and that's okay. Just hang out here, enjoy it, feel the sensations. Otherwise, find your personal sensations, take it to your edge, and just melt your way in. This one feels really good. Especially sitting upright, it's kind of a decompressing pose, so the spine's melting here. You're just going to hold here for as long as you like, and then slowly make your way up. And I'd suggest when you come up, roll the shoulders out a couple times. So aside from that, throughout the day, beside the rolling of the shoulders or the neck rolls or anything in particular that stood out to you that you can do that doesn't take much time or effort, feel free, but I would suggest highly to do these poses maybe on your 10-minute break or whatever time you do have. Take this time for yourself and recognize the difference when you're counterbalancing all of that forward motion that you have throughout your day. It feels so good, and that way when you get home at the end of your day, you don't feel so tight, you don't feel so uncomfortable in your body. You feel more neutralized. You feel like you've been taking care of yourself all day, regardless of what it is that you've been doing, sitting behind a desk or sitting in a chair or wherever you are. If throughout the day you have the option that feels good, maybe sit in butterfly position, add some hip opening. Think about what you can do mindfully to add a little bit more opening into your body. I often sit cross-legged in restaurants and wherever I go. And it's not necessarily because I'm getting hip opening, it's just it starts to feel more comfortable in these positions rather than just a normal seated. If it's too uncomfortable to sit like this, don't even worry about it. Sit how it's comfortable for you, and I feel that that's the most important. So yeah, I hope this video was beneficial to you and that you can gain some opening throughout your day when you start to feel a little discomfort or tension in your body. And just knowing that you can really take yoga poses anywhere. Doesn't matter where you are, you can find that opening and that release through the body so that you don't have to feel so uncomfortable. Take it where you are, detach from the ego, and just embrace the experience. It's again, posture, neck, shoulders, chest, spine, hips, hamstrings. It's all so important, and we work as one unit. So take care of your body, and it will take care of you. Thank you again for watching, and talk soon. Namaste.